Good afternoon and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, using the Sefer Chinuch, Mitzvah number 144, part 1, a Mitzvah Day keeps us on its way. Also found in the third book of Vayikra, Parshas Tzav. And this prohibition, we sort of talked about it, or this mitzvah rather, is the prohibition to eat piggul. And yes, it is a prohibition. It's one of the negative commandments. We already said there's a total of 613 commandments altogether. 248 positive, assays, 365 negative, lota says don't do's, and this is one of the don't do's. The prohibition to eat piggul. Not pickles, that's okay. Piggul. Says the verse, if some of the flesh of his feast, shlomim offering, was intended to be consumed on the third day, it is not acceptable. The one who offers it may not intend this. It remains rejected, and that's the word for piggul, and the soul that eats from it shall bear its iniquity. So it's a nice introduction to this, and I'll probably stop after the introduction. A literal translation of the above verse would be, if some of the meat of his feast shlomim offering was consumed on the third day, it is not acceptable. It shall not be considered valid for the one who offers it, etc. Accordingly, the verse would indicate that if an offering is eaten beyond the time designated for it, i.e., it has become noser, leftover, and that was mitzvahs 142 and 43, which dealt with that, the offering is retroactively disqualified. However, as Chinuch explains in this mitzvah, the sages understood that this cannot be the actual meaning of the verse, for once an offering is accepted, it cannot subsequently become disqualified. Rather, the verse is actually referring to one who, while performing the avodah, the service of the offering, intends to eat the offering after the designated time for its consumption. Such an intent on the part of the one performing the service disqualifies the offering immediately and imposes a severe penalty on the one who would partake of the disqualified offering. The translation of the verse at the opening of this mitzvah follows this interpretation. The term for an offering so disqualified is piggul, literally rejected, which is derived from the words of the above verse, piggul yiyeh, it remains rejected. It is important to note that the intention to eat the offering beyond its designated time, known as machshavas chutz lizmano, a beyond its time intent, is not the only intention that disqualifies an offering. There are numerous such intentions. For example, one who intends, while performing the avodah, the service of an offering, to eat its meat or sprinkle its blood outside of its designated location, known as machshavas chutz l'mkomo, and outside its place intent, also disqualifies the offering. This has to deal with intent. This and certain other intentions mentioned by the Chinuch at the end of this mitzvah render an offering invalid, pasul in Hebrew, and as such prohibited for consumption. The specific term of piggul, however, applies only to an offering performed with the intention to eat or offer it beyond its designated time. And the severe penalty of kares, excision, alluded to at the end of the verse, see the Chinuch below, applies only to the violation of eating piggul, not to eating other disqualified offerings. Okay, I think that's a very good place to stop. That was really the introduction, and we're going to get into it, God willing, tomorrow, to sponsor future mitzvah 36-100 for the gold. Have a great day.